Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
It could trigger people and really do some damage to them and open up some scars. It's unnecessary. There's too many other costumes out there to choose from.
A message about suicide after Walmart takes heat from mental health advocates over a Halloween costume. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. The costume is called Razor Blade Suicide Scar Wound. It was being sold on Walmart.com, but they pulled it after it offended a lot of people. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson spoke to a suicide survivor who says mental health should be taken more seriously. As a warning, there is a graphic picture of this costume in the story.
Here's what the costume looks like. This picture was taken off Walmart.com and tweeted out with this message. This is disgusting that Walmart would attempt to sell this, trying to push suicide as a costume. Mental illness is no joke. People are posting on Walmart's Facebook page too, some saying they have struggled with depression and it's not okay. Walmart stopped selling the costume and says the product isn't something they put up for sale online. Rather, it was a third-party vendor.
They should have really thought ahead a little bit more.
Scott Gieselhart tried to take his own life a couple years ago. He's a volunteer firefighter who suffers from PTSD and recently has been sharing his story to help others.
That's really tough to be in that spot where helpless feeling that you think the world's so much better off without you in it.
Whether it's a costume at Walmart, feeling like you're less of a person, or losing your job, Gieselhart says the stigma surrounding suicide needs to stop.
I know how hard it is to reach out for help, but it is so important. You're not alone. People think they're the only ones suffering, and they're not.
And there is help out there. For Gieselhart, a phone call to a hotline saved his life. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, there is help. Be sure to call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 or simply dial 211 to reach a 24-hour helpline. We have resources on our website as well. Just log on to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Be sure to stick with us. Later on Valley News Live at 9, we've got a string of burglary cases to tell you about in Richland County, what you should do to prevent this from happening to you. And vacuums come in all shapes and sizes. And of course, whatever you buy, you want to make sure that you get the one that gets the job done. We'll show you which one Consumer Reports found to be the best to clean up those messes. But first, let's talk about the weather today. Rainy and, of course, wet out there. It's awfully chilly, windy, it's just gross.
Awful is a good word
to
describe the weather across the southern valley. Across the north, some clouds, but not a whole lot of rain yet. But some rain, a little bit of rain across the northern valley. We'll continue to see that rain here in the southern valley for at least a little while, as well as the breezes that are shaking around the camera. Taking a live look outside on the Coronado.com Valley Sky Cam. That is a mixture of rain and tears falling from the sky cam with all the awful weather out there. 45 degrees, but with those strong and gusty winds, it feels more like 38. So bundle up if you are headed out and about. Temperatures elsewhere across the region still 50 up in the Grand Forks area, 45 in Thief River Falls, 42 Bemidji, 43 Wadena, Detroit Lakes, Wahpeton, and in Fergus Falls. Those winds strong and gusty at times, still gusting well over 20 miles per hour. Those will slowly subside overnight tonight. Cloud cover, a lot of it out there, and we could see a few breaks in the clouds as it moves off towards the east. Northern Lights, a pretty good bet tonight, but a lot of clouds to battle. Hopefully we get a few breaks. A lot of rain out there, and that continues to spiral its way off toward the east. You see that little bit of spin, a little bit of vorticity in the atmosphere, a little bit of spin that's helping to spark off that rain. That will continue to slide off towards the east until it gets out of here. We'll continue to see that rain, and some of these rain showers may drift up into northern portions of the valley as well. Some thunderstorms in southern portions of Minnesota, northern Iowa, one severe storm in central parts of Kansas. A little bit of rain and higher elevation snow across the west, and a little bit of snow across the northeast for us as we head through the rest of tonight. That rain will slowly make its way off towards the east, and some showers may linger across the northern valley as we head towards tomorrow morning. And even tomorrow morning in the southern valley may see a few isolated showers or sprinkles. A lot of cloud cover, and I think we'll see some breaks in the clouds as we head through the afternoon, and then the clearing line will continue to make its way off towards the east as we head through tomorrow evening and into tomorrow night. Here in Fargo, we'll start off the day in the low 40s, and Not much of a warm-up with a lot of cloud cover out there. Mid to upper 40s by your lunchtime and right around 50 degrees for your high temperature for the day. Picture of the day. Northern lights were out last night. They'll be out again tonight, but again, battling a lot of clouds. Thanks to Bobby for sending this in. This just northwest of the Grand Forks area. A gorgeous shot that we're going to use as the background of our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, some early sprinkles and showers right around 50 degrees. Upper 50s for your Thursday. Some 50s continuing on Friday. A touch cooler over the weekend, but still dry the way it looks right now. Halloween looking okay. May have to dodge a few raindrops, and we'll continue to fine-tune that forecast as we get closer to next Monday.
Maybe put a poncho over your ghost costume.
Hopefully not. No one likes doing that.
No, that's the
so,
worst.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
If not, you could do a jellyfish and then have the umbrella. Have you ever seen those?
That works.
That's a great idea, right?
Yeah.
Halloween costume if it rains. Well, anyways, as a reminder, you can stay up to date on the weather conditions where you are anytime on your smartphone or tablet just by downloading the Storm Team weather app. You're able to get the latest weather conditions and even follow the radar live. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. New for you now at 9 o'clock, NewsDakota.com is reporting that the developer of the Dakota Access oil pipeline says protesters who have camped on the company land since the weekend are trespassing, and they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The article goes on to say that Energy Transfer Partners wants all protesters to leave the land in North Dakota immediately. More than 100 American Indians and others set up tents and teepees over the weekend. Protesters argue the land rightfully belongs to Native Americans under a more than a century-old treaty. Danelle Hushka, a spokesperson for the Morton County Sheriff's Department, says it's been a quiet day, and there have been no attempts today by law enforcement to remove trespassers. The Richland County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help identifying a male suspect who allegedly broke into more than 20 cars and garages in 4 cities. Authorities say the break-ins happened early Sunday morning in the cities of Barney, Great Bend, Manador, and Morton. Valley News Team's Giovanna Simich tells us why some citizens don't feel safe anymore.
Went to my pickup, and the glove box was open, and there was stuff all over the glove box all over the vehicle. My girlfriend took the car, and she said the glove box in there and the money inside the car, all the change, everything was gone. I told her it was 25 bucks in the center console, and she went to the gas station, said that was gone too.
Zajac was one of many that had his vehicle broken into. Residents in the 4 towns say nothing valuable was taken, but the feeling of safety in the small towns is now gone.
I've grown up in the town, and I've never ever really had a major problem before, and now it is kind of sad. I called the cops. I didn't fill out a police report, but I called the cops to let them be aware.
Pretty much everybody just leaves everything unlocked and open, and it's very trustworthy. As I contacted more people, as they've seen stuff, their garages and vehicles had all been gone through.
The Richland County Sheriff's Office says there's no danger, but residents need to keep their vehicles locked.
I was surprised. I was really surprised. I never lock my vehicles at night, but now I might have to.
And neighbors say they are going to keep an eye out because small towns stick together.
They beat the patrols in town now, so they're going to be doing more rounds per evening, and so that's going to help. And all the people that used to keep things open are all locked now. And you see a lot of yards all lit up at nights that weren't before.
Giovanna Simich, Valley News Live.
If you have information, be sure to contact the Richland County Sheriff's Office at 701-642-7711. The Fargo Police Department is asking for your help in identifying these 2 people. They're wanted for trying to shoplift early this morning at the Spirit Shop in Fargo. A store believes the 2 were driving a dark blue 4-door Nissan car with the driver rear tail light out and the left front spare tire. So if you have any information, you're asked to contact police. We have a story of a shocking case of child neglect in the Northern Valley. 27-year-old Anthony Missler of Grand Forks is charged with 1 felony count of child neglect. It stems from the treatment of 3 children who were living with him. A police officer responded to a report that 3 kids who lived in a trailer at Columbia Heights Trailer Park smelled like pet urine. The officer reported there was a garbage all over the place. There was human feces on the walls, window, and carpet, and 3 cats urinating around the home.
We've established you can't specifically address this case, but are these type of cases something you see very often around the area?
Something extreme? No. We do see them on occasion, luckily not more often than we do.
Anthony Missler is out of jail awaiting his next court appearance. If convicted, he faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. The 3 children who were living with him have been turned over to social services. 48-year-old David Narlock of Grand Forks is facing an aggravated assault charge after allegedly hitting another man in the head with a claw hammer. Police say when they arrived to 323 10th Avenue North last night, they found the victim had a large bleeding wound on the back of his head. Narlock is facing a felony charge that carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. A unique business development is happening in South Fargo, and we have the exclusive details tonight. It's been in the works for about 3 years, and the people involved in the project say it's something this part of the country hasn't seen yet. It will be called Blue Water Creek. It'll be located at the corner of 32nd Avenue South and 45th Street. Hair Success Salon and Day Spa, along with the Cutting Edge, 13 boutique retailers, and a new restaurant will be just a few of the new businesses.
So we want to create this culture and give back to the Fargo community what we see all around the nation. So we want to have people to have times where they can have family times together. We want people to learn how to socialize with wellness and beauty in mind.
Cron says they are aiming for a New York urban feel. In all, there will be about 16 businesses in the development. To learn more, check out this story on our website. We'll soon have more restaurant report cards out of the Fargo Cass area. In the coming weeks, Fargo Cass Public Health will finalize their new policy for health licensing to make sure their inspectors know exactly what they're doing when they go to inspect restaurants. Restaurant report card reporter Cornelius Hawker will break down the new policy for you so you understand the standards your favorite restaurant must uphold to stay in good standing with the health department. Still ahead tonight, you can now tour Prince's home. Those details are next.